Ugh, TK Formal. Look at you. You make me sick to my face. You're so happy right now. Scale 1 to 10, how happy were you when they hit you up?
Like a 9.8.
Yeah, and you played the best COD of your life, and you're never going to play that good again?
No, I played pretty well in the first scrim.
Yeah,
But I've
that's...
been good in the scrim so far.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Gani Slots, brought to you by My Nutrition. I am Gani, joined by my son, Formal, who has found himself on TK, which is
Yes.
not Total Caliber, it is Team Kalibur. I've been calling it Total Caliber literally since I've been in the scene.
Why?
I don't know.
Has that been a thing before?
No,
You just say
it's
it?
nothing. I just did it. But so, all right, Matt. So, for those of you who know nothing about Formal, Formal was a very, very skilled Halo 4 player. He was probably the best sniper. Actually, by probably, I mean he was the best sniper in the game, and now he made the transition over to COD. Now, Matt, when we all kind of talked about it, we were like, oh, okay, maybe 6 months we'll see like some of the Halo guys really start getting the feel of COD.
Yeah.
But you, it's taken, what, 3 months?
2?
2 months? Now,
2 months.
what do you contribute that to? Was it really grinding, or was it more of an understanding of the game?
It was a mixture of understanding the game and understanding what it feels like to be raped and take it the right way instead of thinking, oh God, we're getting raped. I can't do this. What you got to do is be like, I'm getting raped. What are they doing right? And what am I going to do to fix it? That's all you got to do.
Gotcha.
And
Now,
once I learned that, then it was fucking,
smooth
it was all
sailing.
history. Yeah, smooth sailing.
All right, so now, essentially, when you came in and you were getting raped, were you just watching a lot of streams? Did you find it hard to kind of get used to the playing style of COD, or was it kind of just like adapting when you play against the person?
It was a mixture of watching streams. I watched a lot of streams. I watched Killa a lot. He understood the game a lot faster than everyone did, it felt like. Especially domination, I noticed. He knew rotations and what to do with the flag, like which ones to go to at what times, and he was very good at controlling his team to do it. And once I learned like, okay, you go here when they're going there, then I started doing that in my gameplay, and I was like, oh shit, this is working. So just start doing that, and then playing eights obviously helped. I mean, it was eights, so it wasn't too like team structured, but it allowed me to figure out spawns and shit like that. And then obviously playing with your team helps a lot. I don't know. I think the biggest thing was definitely watching streams, though. That's the
Gotcha.
fastest way to learn.
I think so too. A lot of people put too much emphasis on like the whole like, oh, I gotta grind. But when you grind so long, there's times where you just form these like terrible habits that you can't do
Yeah.
anything about, right?
Exactly.
But so streams kind of alleviate that. But so now on Primal and Fear, and correct me if I'm wrong, you ran a sub, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now on TK, you find yourself kind of doing both AR and sub. Is
Mhm.
was that hard for you to kind of get used to?
Not at all. I think it's a lot harder to go from an AR role to a sub role because you go from holding map control to making plays. The subs are usually the ones that are in people's faces and making the plays and setting up like opportunities for your team, whereas the AR is kind of the backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
They are like just kill whoring like the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a very easy role to play if you have good gun skill. That's why like Snipe Down's really good at it or Glacier's really good at it. It's all you got to do is just sit back and kill people. And if you're good at slaying, then it's like the perfect role to play.
Gotcha. So now you've been acquired by TK, and a lot of the COD community was kind of like, "What the shit? Like this guy
Yeah.
hasn't proven himself for anything, right?"
Mhm.
And obviously, I mean, you've proven yourself in Halo and everything like that, but this is a new game. What was the community feedback like, essentially, when you first joined TK?
It was, I would say the ratio was like 9-1. It was like 9 positive tweets and 1 like, oh, you don't deserve this. Who the fuck are you? All this stuff, and I'm just like, all right, man. Like I expected more hate than that,
Okay.
only because of the players that have been in the scene for a while and think that they deserve the spot over me or like the opportunity over me, which I understand. If someone came into Halo and just got on like a top 2 team that came from COD, I'd be pissed. So I understand that, but the support from Team Kalibur itself was really positive. It like felt like a home more than just a team. They were very supportive with everything that I was doing. They have a lot of members in their community who gave me like shout outs and saying like welcome to the team and all this stuff, and it felt like really good.
Nice. Now, seeing since you are the Halo guy who's on TK, do you feel like an added pressure to really prove yourself on this team, or are you still just essentially going to be playing your game?
I don't know. I feel a little pressured only because this team has been seeing so much success recently. When I was on Fear, I was kind of like, with Dido, Complex, and Moho. Fear hasn't been in that many tournaments recently. They haven't done well recently. So there was a little less stress on Fear, only because it was like, what do we have to lose? We can just do well and prove people wrong, or we can just, we didn't do like
Shit the
terrible.
bed. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
we didn't do terrible.
But you guys could technically shit the bed.
Yeah, and it wouldn't even have been that bad. But on TK, it's a little different. Like, if we place out of the top two, first people are going to blame me. Like, I'm going to be the first to blame because they've gotten second with so many people, or they've placed top three for so long that if they don't place top three, then people are going to be like, oh, what are they doing wrong now? Oh, probably that Halo guy. But, I mean, I also like the pressure because I like playing under that kind of situation where I have something to prove rather than being comfortable. Like being on ambush in Halo when we were winning all those tournaments. It didn't feel like there was no pressure. But in this, I kind of like it.
Sweet. So now you got Cod Champs Qualifiers coming up, and then assuming all goes according to plan, you have regionals, and then you have the actual big Cod Champs event. Are you, coming from Halo, right? Like, we don't do online qualifiers. We don't do that shit. Is that something you're a little bit worried about going into?
Not really. I've always been really good online in any game that I've played.
Monster.
Everyone kind of knows that.
Monster.
Like, every online Halo tournament there was, I won all of them that I competed in. Yeah. Anything important, at least, online. I would compete in those, and we would do really well. On TK, they're known as more of a LAN team. They're not that great online, and they know it. I know it. But when we try our asses off, we usually win. So I think as long as we take it super fucking serious, then we'll be fine.
All right. Now, last question as we wrap this up, because I know you're strapped for time.
Yeah.
What teams are you looking forward to playing?
Oh, I only want to play one team. I want to play Complexity.
Why is that?
Because in the past, they've won like 8 championships, and it's well deserved. Like, they've been dominant. They're getting close to the final boss fantasy, like, whatever they had, or dynasty. My fault. If you look at the term.
It's getting damn close.
You're getting butthurt because it was your era, but
I know I am.
If you look at the competition levels now, it was higher than final bosses.
Here we go.
There's so many teams now.
Here we go.
Listen, man, just put away your Halo 2 ego for a second and think about it.
I can't.
Okay? I know you can't, but I want you to for once.
Don't you start with me. Don't you? I will ground you tonight, and you will not be scrimming.
Okay. Final boss had to beat what? Like 3 teams that could even beat them, and they would win. Now Complexity was dropping games to. They've dropped games to a lot of teams who Final Boss wouldn't drop games to, like FaZe, for example. They could have lost to FaZe last tournament if FaZe didn't choke. It's safe to say they choked. They had,
they choked pretty hard.
Yeah, but FaZe could have beat them. I think TK could have beat them at Columbus. You've seen teams that have gotten a lot closer than teams got to Final Boss. But Complexity seems to come out on top every time. I think that I want to play them because they've cycled through the same players over and over again. Complexity has seen the same players over and over again. They know who they're going to play against every fucking time, whereas they have no idea how I play. Mr. X, watches my stream or whatever, and I know the Complexity guys pretty well, and they know I'm good, but I'm a little unorthodox compared to the typical COD players, especially in Search and Destroy. And I think that's going to be our edge against them, is that I'm something that they've never really seen before, and I want to be the ones I want my team to be the ones to take them down more than anyone else. I think TK deserves a championship, and I want to be right there when we do it.
Fantastic. Do you have any shout-outs, closing statements?
Shout-outs to all of TK's sponsors. They have like 100 of them. Shout-out to TK itself. They're great community. Chaos Silencer.
Great
you
dude.
Are a dude. Great dude. My teammates who gave me the opportunity to be on TK. You guys are awesome. Thank you for having trust in me, and I have trust in you as well. And thank you to everyone who has supported me since my transition. That's pretty much it, man.
I was coughing because it was me.
Whatever, dude.
It was literally me.
Shout out to Gandhi and Maven for being 2 good dudes, okay?
Maven's like dead.
I don't know what happened to Maven. He sits there and watches Netflix all day.
What does he do?
I don't know. I still love the guy.
I love him too. It's just like he's furniture. He's just like there. No one knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
right.
Whatever.
Whatever, fuck it. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we love you, but we don't love you. Take it easy. That was a weird hand movement you just did.
I don't know.